What's up, everybody? Unsportsmanlike Conduct, Gabb Bree, back from an exciting, actually really exciting weekend of sports.
Busy gals this weekend.
Yeah,
Lots going on.
We have probably walked more in the last 4 days than we have in the last 4 months.
Yes. And yes, my knees are in complete agreement because I am dying. I need like the most intense acupuncture physical therapy.
Yeah, like I thought I was gonna have to hit the ice bath this morning because I was barely making it out of bed. That's how I know that I'm getting old, because I rolled over and I said, definitely do not feel good.
No. But, you know, gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
gotta run around. Gotta run around town. Gotta bop, and we did it. How was your weekend? You had a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah, we both had some Final Four experiences. Mine was just in Cleveland. We had actually really nice weather. It's still sunny. It's like 70 degrees.
Hell yeah, that's great.
It couldn't have been a more perfect weekend for people to travel here and experience a Final Four here. My weekend was great. I saw a lot of cool people, did a lot of cool things, a lot of college basketball fans in town. I went to a Lotto concert. I went to a bunch of parties. Drank a lot of alcohol. That was probably the biggest regret of the entire weekend.
Yeah, me too.
But we made it. Oh, and then I saw a solar eclipse. Casual.
Oh, yeah.
There's a total solar eclipse. I pre-gamed that to pre-game a baseball game.
Casual.
Yeah.
Casual event. That's crazy. Like you were in the line of like 100%. Yeah. I'm in Arizona still. So 70, I think I want to say it was like 67 here. Didn't really get to see much of it. I also completely forgot about the whole glasses aspect.
Yeah, don't look up.
Nope, don't do that. Which I didn't, but I was just not prepared. So maybe it was more visible than I thought, but like it didn't really.
If you have the glasses,
dark.
You can definitely see it. Like even if it's the smallest amount, you'll see it. Did
I
you
looked
see how many NBA players were tweeting about it?
No.
Were they trolling us? Because it was like a concerning amount of NBA players tweeting saying, do I need to wear glasses? Do I need glasses for this? No, you guys should all just look up unless you're playing for the Cavs.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a lot of them.
Well, one certain football player's team posted him in sunglasses and said,
yeah.
The clip's ready.
Those were Eclipse glasses?
No, unfortunately, if you decided that sunglasses were just okay and you looked up, your eyes are probably hurting today.
Yeah,
probably.
You might need to book an appointment.
I need to see a doctor.
Get that figured out.
Because that not strong enough. Not strong enough. I think I saw something where like regular glasses would only be like 60% effective, or like only block or 60% of the UV or something like that.
But like you're not gonna see it with regular glasses. Like if you look up, it's just gonna be a big like ball of sun into your eye. You're not gonna see the effect of the eclipse without the glasses.
Yeah, if you just look up with regular sunglasses on any given day, the sun is still just like you got nothing. Yeah. Well,
it was crazy.
That was fun. That was I really, part of me really considered like double dipping, flying Cleveland for the UConn game, and which I'm glad I didn't, because I was in emotional distress after that one. We decided after when the game was over, we were going to go out, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, this game is going so well. Like, they're playing better than I could have ever imagined. Nika Mule. Shout out Nika Mule.
Oh, she's great.
Best game of her entire college career. And she did it shutting down Caitlin Clark. Like, and she's always in foul trouble. She's always teetering the line of fouling out, if not fouling out. She played great. I can't say enough about like how proud I am of her in that game. Yeah, like just the whole game, I was a nervous wreck on the couch, and I was thinking to myself, like, okay, like it feels like they can do this. As it got like deeper and deeper into the game, I was like, I really feel like they can do this. So I'm so excited to go out after, and like we're gonna celebrate and stuff. And then the game ends the way it ends.
Then it was over real quick. Yeah.
And I got up off the couch. I'm in a living room with 5 other people at the Airbnb that we're at. I get up, I grab my drink, I walk into the room, and I go do my hair, and I close the door, and I'm in here in complete silence for 20 minutes. Not saying anything, just my boyfriend came in and he was like trying to show me a Diana Taurasi thing. I was like, I don't even want to see it right now.
Don't want to see it. Really don't want to see that.
It was like the reaction of her and like Sue's broadcast
to
when that offensive foul call
yeah.
was made. I was like, nope, don't want to see it.
Could do without.
Like maybe later. But right now, I might throw your phone in the toilet. So no, thank you. But like at the same time, you know, the fact that they made it this far with how hard their season has been, losing 6 players to season-ending injuries, like having to have your starting 5 basically play the entire game, every single game for months on end at this point. And to come that close against that team, that Iowa team is good. I know everybody's like, oh, well, it's Caitlin Clark and everybody else, but like, it's not. They're an all-around very good team. So it was a great game. It broke viewership records that would eventually get broken by the national championship game. But it was the most watched up until the Natty. It was the most watched basketball game on ESPN ever. That's including men's. That's including NBA. Like this, I don't even know if renaissance is the right word because I don't know if women's basketball has ever been at this point from like the broad spectrum, not just like us, because this isn't new to us, you know? Having this for the sport going into the WNBA season, which is a month away, by the way.
Yeah, and the draft is on Monday, right?
Like it's real quick. Having women's basketball being at this point with a new NBA season rolling around, with the hype around Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Camila Cardoza, like everybody like that, it's huge. It's huge because now the people who maybe last year, the year before were like, oh, women's basketball's on. Like, I'm not going to watch that. Now they might. Now they most likely will. If 18.7 million people watch the national championship game, they're going to be watching the WNBA too.
Another thing that I like about it, it just like fills, I just love when women make people angry.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people tuning in just to be bitter and angry too. And I'm happy that you're here. Get the numbers up. Keep tuning in. Just keep doing it.
That's it. It doesn't have to be a thing where like you need to make it like they're taking away from the talent of the men and the importance of the men's sport. Like there is a world where we can put them on the same plane. And I think we're getting there.
Well, I did say last night, this really made them mad. The women's tournament has more aura than the men's, and they weren't happy about that one. I'm like,
but you're so correct. You're so correct.
What are you not seeing here? Like the men's game, it was a great game, sure, but like people were so excited to watch these women play.
You're so right.
The personalities are better. The storylines are better.
All of those games were, well, maybe not the South Carolina games because they're kicking the absolute crap out of everybody. But for the most part, 95% are close games, tough games. The men's tournament, like, you got UConn winning by 20-something every single game.
Boring. Congrats, though. Congrats, but
it's just it's just one of those things where, like, no matter what, somebody's gonna have something to say because they always do.
Oh, look at this tweet we just got in our Slack. This is good. For the first time ever, the women's national championship averaged more viewers than the men's. 18.9 million for the women and 14.8 for the men. So, I don't know. That's all I got to say.
The men's national championship numbers and the UConn Iowa numbers are the same. You're telling me a semifinal game has as much viewership as the national championship game against the two teams all season long we've been dying to match up? Zach Edey, Donovan Clingan. Like that's been, it seems like destined to happen. The two biggest guys, Zach Edey, player of the year, back-to-back player of the year. You got the other team trying to go for back-to-back championships. Like even with those storylines, you would think more people would tune in. And granted, I mean, starting at 9:20 on the East Coast, not helpful.
On a Monday?
On a Monday, like.
Right.
That's, I saw somebody I follow tweet this yesterday, and I completely agree. Both championship games should be on the same day.
That'd
One
be really
at
fun.
like 5 o'clock on the Sunday night, and then the other starting at 8.
That'd be great.
Like, that's just, it just makes so much sense. Starting these games so late, especially when I think the last, like, I don't know, 10 champions are all East Coast teams. So starting these games,
like,
or at least
there's a lot of people that should be in bed at that time.
At least like Central Time Zone and over.
Yeah.
Like it's late. It's late. So it's not going to happen. But like if the NCAA were smart, if they were smart, they would remedy that because like my dad, he was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay up. I'm going to try, but I don't know if I can. But no, it's let's talk about that game though, the men's game.
You were there, so
I was there. I was at both. I was at the Final Four game, and we actually went in to watch the Purdue NC State game. And then I was at the championship game last night. I knew that Zach Edey was the entirety of that team. He's their whole offense.
Mm-hmm.
But watching it in person last night, I was like stunned. Nobody else could do anything. They just, like I said, when we had this conversation, it was either last week or the week before. I said, all they do, they dump it into the post, and then he just does his little sky hook thing. And he's got that shot mastered. It's really hard for him to miss. But he doesn't play defense. Just stands around the key. And if anybody gets close, he's just swats it away, which, like, yeah, you're 7'4". I mean, you've been to a game with me. You know I like to chirp. He blocked like 2 shots back to back, and we had a couple Purdue fans behind us who were talking a little bit. And so he did that, and they were like, "Oh my God, like he's a beast, you can't stop him." And I just yelled. I was like, if I was 7'4", I could do that too. Like the whole good versus tall thing.
Oh, he's good.
He's good, but
he is tall also. So I mean, you can't say he's not tall.
He's fucking huge, man. Like he made Donovan Clingan look small. Clingan's 7'2".
It's tall.
I was stunned. But he's the entirety of their offense, which, you know, he's had, I think it was like 37 points. Some of those came in garbage time where it was just like too far out of reach. But that first half, it was a close game. I was stressed, and it just seemed like it was just blow for blow. Like
once it got a little like out of hand, I turned it off. I'm not gonna lie.
That first half, like whoever could get that stop. And then somebody around us made a joke because they doing like the Jumbotron stuff, and they did the celebrities in the building and everything. And Bill Murray is a UConn fan because his son is on the coaching staff. His son is one of the assistant coaches. Drew Brees, obviously a Purdue alum, played there and everything. So they did the whole like cheer louder for the guy you like the most. Bill Murray absolutely crushed it because
that's funny.
I mean, Bill Murray, Drew Brees, not even like fandom aside, it's not close.
Okay, like what other celebrities were there? I feel like the women's game had some big name people there.
There were a ton of UConn alums. Ray Allen was there. Rick Hamilton was there. Emeka Okafor was there. Like all the guys from the previous championship teams were all there. Jordan Hawkins. I don't know like if the Pelicans had a game in Phoenix. I think they did actually, which would make sense as to why he was there. But Hawk was there. And then there was a couple more, but it wasn't as, at least that I saw. Right. I'm sure there were more, but it didn't seem as star-studded as the women's did. I mean, you got Jason Sudeikis, who's apparently a women's super fan.
Yeah, he was just
every single game.
He was courtside, walking to the back room, going on the live stream, coming back out, going to all the parties. He was everywhere.
Everywhere.
Jalen Hurts. That one was awesome. He should have just like stayed in Cleveland and never left and just like took over as the quarterback. I don't know. It seems like a good idea.
Hey, Mr. Hurts.
Please stay. Thank you.
What are you doing? And can we offer you a place to stay? I will say though, the two championship matchups that we got, I think were the best that we could have had.
Definitely.
I mean, obviously South Carolina undefeated season, clearly unstoppable. And Dawn Staley just doing what she does and coaching on a whole different level than 99% of the coaches in the women's game. And then Caitlin Clark and the Iowa team. And it's just been in the spotlight all season long. And then again, on the men's side, the two teams that have been fighting for the number one seed all season long, the two giants, like, can anybody stop Zach Edey? UConn is beating people by like 15 points per game. Can anybody stop them? So it was the best that we could have gotten in terms of, stories and star power and things like that. So I will say, although I was disappointed that I did not get my dual UConn championship that I really convinced myself that I was going to get, started to feel really good after
the first half of that game. Yeah.
After the UConn women, even after they beat Syracuse, I was like, okay, if they can get past USC, then we can do this. And then they got past USC. I was like, oh man, I'm starting to really believe here. And then, like the game, the first half went the way it went. I was like, oh shit. But, it's always next year. They landed the number one recruit in this class, and they've got the number 4, and I want to say 18 coming in too. So future's bright for that.
Do you ever see the TikTok edits of Paige? Do you ever get those? Yeah,
I do.
She's, if I could pick one person that's for the girls, she'd be at the top of the list. I have never seen so many women thirst over someone. Like, I see what people say about Jalen Hurts, but the things they're saying about Paige is like next level. She's just cool. So funny. Yeah.
Like, she just exudes like coolness. She's funny as hell too. If you ever see KK Arnold's TikToks, it's just like all like the silly dancing videos and stuff, and Paige is in a lot of them.
Well, those are in the edits. Yeah.
They're just so funny for no reason either. It's not like they're doing anything crazy or, making jokes or anything. They're just bopping around, I think that's all I have on college basketball though. You did have a Dawn Staley thing. Is that
I just have one more because I want to discuss it. And I know this topic isn't for everyone. And I don't want to go like super deep into the topic, but I just have so much respect for Dawn Staley and the way that she has handled the way the media has treated her over the last couple of days for some questions that were asked by just a really terrible media company.
Yeah,
And then I want to take it a step further, and I probably shouldn't say what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyways, because our view and outlook of this is going to be definitely different from other people that share the same space as we are. Some of the comments that people have been making are outrageous and a bit too far. And if you have to make up a fake scenario to further your argument, you're wrong. So you know what I'm saying with that one.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Unfortunately, not surprising.
No, not surprising at all. It's just definitely zero surprise to that, but it's still annoying.
It's like, I don't know.
And unnecessary.
It is.
Shout out to Dawn Staley.
Shout out Dawn Staley, man. That's been the theme for the last especially the last month, like since that LSU game with the scuffle, like shout out Dawn Staley, doing everything with class, doing everything with just the right way. And just staying true to like her. She could have answered that question a completely different way and been like, oh, well, that doesn't really have anything to do with what my team
You're
is
taking
doing
away from us right now. But no, she stood on her business, stood her ground, and
as she does every day. So I'll always be a fan of hers. Always.
She is such a badass.
And she looks good doing it too.
Yeah. And all these people commenting, if you had like half of the talent, half of the success, maybe you would be a little less bitter.
Well,
I don't know. Probably not. No. That's all I got. That's all I got. I just wanted to say that she's really cool. And congrats to Dawn Staley.
She's the best.
Yeah.
She should. I saw a lot of people disagree with this too, but she should get consideration for that Kentucky job.
That would be awesome.
100%.
I don't know if I would want to go to. No hate to Kentucky. I'm just saying, like, for her, I just don't know if that would be just like a fun environment for her, because I feel like their fan base right now is pretty volatile, and they're really unhappy.
If I were her, I certainly would not accept if it was offered, but they should offer nonetheless. Like Ryan Hammer, our guy Ryan Hammer, he tweeted this out, and he said they should at least pick up the phone and call. I saw him the other day, actually.
Oh, did you? Oh, I love that.
Did.
Oh,
I did. He was bopping around.
He's crushing it.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely killing it.
Yes.
To the point where randomly one of Rob's friends pulled up his Instagram one night we were hanging out, and he was like, this guy is like, the way he covers college basketball is so great, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I work with this kid.
That's Ryan.
That's right.
That's awesome.
He's killing it. So it was really cool to see him. It was really, really cool because like this is his wheelhouse, college basketball. I'm a college basketball fan, but like not like that.
He dives deep into every number, everything that you need and everything.
So
you could.
It was really cool to see him like in his environment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
probably has so many fans there.
Shout out Ryan Hammer, crushing it. Is that it for college basketball?
I mean, if we want to keep talking about Dawn Staley, maybe the Cavs should give her a phone call.
Yeah, what's going on?
Just do it. Like, I'm sorry. Okay, so I think the players are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like a good group of guys. They are kind of soft. We already do that. Like, it's a soft group of guys. You don't have anyone on that team that's really like an enforcer. Someone's going to like shove somebody around. The best we have is Tristan Thompson, and that's just really not that intimidating. He's just like,
if that's the best, then oof.
Yeah, like he'll stand up for you.
Yeah.
He's been through some stuff, kind of self-inflicted, but like whatever. He's got it. But he's not the enforcer that I want for my team. And you need someone like that. But I don't think that's the reason why we're not doing as well as we are. We have a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
And that's not been very fun. But I think it comes down to the coaching.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a very creative coaching staff.
Which begs the question, why is Bickerstaff on the chopping block?
Why is Bickerstaff on the chopping block? Because you were in second place 3 days ago, and you just got your ass kicked by the Lakers and blew a 26-point lead to the Clippers.
Oof.
And don't worry, I didn't have to watch that because I was watching Iowa and South Carolina, and I just did not even like turn it on. I saw at one point we were up big. It was like 20 at halftime. We had 82 points, and then we finished with just like 110. I'm like, oh, okay, wonderful. So I think that if they lose their first playoff series, he's 100% gone. There's already like leaks about it saying, oh, they were considering firing him earlier in the season when things were going bad. So when you know that's happening, it's not looking good.
No. Any of those little rumors that come about in like January.
Yeah. They did have a really good stretch in like February into March, but now it's going really downhill really fast.
Yeah.
I just don't see them getting better. Like, I think they're going to get embarrassed again in the playoffs. And if they're good in the playoffs, don't come back to this video and say, oh my God, you said that. No, I want them to be good. Okay. But I'm setting my expectations really low because I already seen what I needed to see. It's just, they're not very creative. The offense is lacking literally everything. You have 2 7-footers out there and you can't get anything going.
So I'm looking at the standings right now just to see where they're at. You're 5.
Yeah,
you're 5. You're a half game out of 3rd. I didn't know the Magic jumped as much as they did.
I'm telling you, my Magic, they've been good.
Last I saw, they were like the 10 seed.
No, they've been going off.
That's apparently. I will say though, like the way this bottom portion of the standings is shaken out between the Sixers, the Pacers, the Heat, hate that.
But like you don't want to play the Heat and you don't want to play the Sixers. Like the Sixers are only down there because Joel Embiid was out for that time and now he's back and they're just crushing people.
I'm more afraid of the Heat than anybody. Anybody. That's including the Bucks. That's including the Cavs, including the Knicks. Like,
well, I wouldn't be afraid of the Cavs. Don't you worry.
And the Sixers, I mean, in just recent history, 76ers against the Boston Celtics, it goes one way. Miami Heat, though, I don't know what it is about the way they play the Celtics. Eric Spoelstra just dials up a masterclass. Jimmy Butler goes off. Random dude from the bench decides to have the best game of his freaking life every single game of that series. Like last year's Eastern Conference Final. Gabe Vincent.
What's he doing now?
Like he's played 2 games for the Lakers?
Yeah, it's
and then the other guy, Caleb, whatever his freaking name is, was the bane of my existence for an entire 2-week series. So I'm not looking forward to that. The Celtics already have the number 1 seed locked up. They're 15 games, which is crazy. 15 games ahead of the Bucks. But like looking at that down there, I'm a little scared.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go in the NBA playoffs. You're not afraid of the Sixers, but I think everybody else is, which respectfully I get because they can beat anyone else, I guess, besides the Celtics.
Look at this. The past 3 times UConn has won the title, the Heat made the finals.
Yeah.
Yikes.
There was another stat with 3 things happening in the Heat making the finals. It was earlier. Was it Kansas City?
Probably.
Kansas City with Super Bowls or something like that?
Maybe.
There was something with another team. So I guess it's just meant to be.
Ugh. No thanks.
And then the West, I mean, the Nuggets, Timberwolves, like the Thunder, they're all good. All the teams are good.
The Warriors, 11 games back in that 10 spot.
Well,
the Rockets just got eliminated the other day, right, from contention?
Yeah. So can I just say something about the Rockets?
Yeah.
The Rockets and the Pistons. At the beginning of this NBA season, there were so many people saying, oh, they have such a good young core. These teams are going to be so good. Hello, guys. They're terrible.
There was that stretch, though, where I thought Ime really had this young Houston team. And he was going to do...
There was never a doubt for me.
When he was going to do what he did in Boston, like halfway through the year, he just completely turns it around and they go on a run.
No, that seems too chaotic.
I was convinced. I was totally convinced. And then I remembered who was on that team. And I said, yeah, okay, this makes sense. But I mean, they're young. Give it another year, another 2. Playoff team for sure. I don't see why not. As long as their head coach doesn't, do that stuff again. But whatever. Is there anything else NBA before we move on to baseball?
No, not really. I mean, Bronny, but he's not getting drafted.
He's not going to get drafted. I do think people are going to, make the call about having him sign undrafted because they think that they can get his father in that deal too. Because he said he wants to play wherever Bronny goes. He'll make it happen. He's LeBron James. If that happened, I think someone would use a pick to get him.
But I just don't think he's going to go. I think he's going to go to like Ohio State or like Duquesne or
he should stay in college.
Yeah.
Not there yet. But I mean, there's a lot of teams out there that are desperate for what LeBron James brings to the table. So,
there's only so many years left.
Right, exactly. Speaking of LeBron, though, did you see me agree with this man?
Oh, yeah, I did. I said, oh, my God.
First time in my life. First time in my life. That's how I knew, like, hell was freezing over. Pigs were flying outside.
Oh, I saw.
I couldn't believe it.
It was awesome.
He's right, though. It was a moving screen. She wasn't all the way set. She leaned out a little bit.
Yeah, the call was the right call, but if you're not going to make the call the whole entire game, you can't pick at that moment.
Why are you going to do it with 10 seconds left? Why?
Right call, sure. Not going to say it's not. But just seems a little.
And then I saw people say, like, oh, well, it shouldn't matter how much time is left. You make the right call 10 times out of 10. Like, it does matter, because if you're not going to call that with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, why are you going to call it with 10 seconds left in a one basket game? Like, the lack of consistency in the officiating in that game was my biggest.
Now, if I'm Iowa, I'm throwing a party.
Shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You benefited. You benefited from a lot, but you benefited from that one call. It changed everything. Nika Mule comes down, she drills that 3, and UConn's feeling like, yep, can do this. And
then the inbounds pass.
Yeah, that's just
the leg. Yeah,
that's just smart. That's just high IQ
That
basketball.
really did it right there.
I cackled when she did that, because like that's so fucking smart. You waste a second.
Mm-hmm. It was like 0.3 left
and a half off the clock, and just genius. But whatever. I'm over it. You know, we're on to next year. I got 1 championship in my bag this weekend. 2 would have been nice. Can't have everything. So, baseball.
Yeah.
We'll do a little baseball real quick. What's going on? Like,
there's no more elbows left in MLB. There's no more elbows
falling off.
So it sucks. It sucks really bad. If we can spin this into a positive, every person that's getting Tommy John is going to be better than where they started, because I guess that's how it is now. We've just come so far along that when you get Tommy John surgery, you'll be like Tyler Glass now and be really, really good.
Nathan Eovaldi.
But it does suck. Like, it sucks that we have to lose out on a year of Shane Bieber. Spencer Strider probably soon. What's the guy from the Marlins name? He's like really young, 20 years old.
I don't know.
He's getting Tommy John.
Valdez from Houston. Nick Pavetta's on the 15-day IL with an elbow strain or something. Like, it just seems like it's everybody. I mean, Garrett Cole's going to be out for, I don't know, till at least June, I think they said.
The Orioles are down some pitchers too. Like, we lost one of our best relievers before the season started too, Trevor Stephan. It's really bad. It's really hard out here to be a pitcher in MLB.
Why do you think this is? Do you think it's because the pitch clock and they're not used? I mean, it's been a full season with the pitch clock already.
I don't want to say it's the pitch clock, because they did that in the minors for a while and you weren't seeing things like that. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they are a little more tired from the pitch clock, but I think it has a lot to do with getting rid of the sticky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have the grip on the ball. They're trying everything they can to get better spin rates. That's all you hear right now with pitchers. You hear spin rate. It's all you hear. And it's more difficult because they used to use sunscreen and rosin and all these different things.
Yep.
And now they have to literally have an umpire make them take their pants off in the middle of the game to check if they're using sticky stuff. So I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. It's just crazy. I mean, it's all big name guys.
Yeah. But they're all guys that are really good in doing things to make themselves better than others. Yeah. And I don't know if those things are helping or hurting eventually.
A lot of high velocity guys too.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we're not meant to throw 100 miles an hour.
Topping out over 100 miles an hour. Like, damn, it's gonna come back to you. And especially if you've been doing that for years and years, it just wears it down until inevitably it snaps. Somebody just dropped dishes. Did you hear that?
And even like Ohtani, we're not even talking about like the biggest name.
Sometimes I forget like he's not pitching this year,
but he's just like casually hitting a home run every other day. Yeah, recovering from Tommy John.
What happened with this home run ball in Wrigley? I saw that he hit his first Dodger home run. Yeah,
and I think a Dodgers fan had it.
Okay.
Her name, oh my God, I don't even know. I'm not trying to be like dramatic when I say this, but her name on Twitter was something like I can't say it on here. I can't say it on here. It was like something outrageous.
Like X-rated?
Yes. Like her Twitter name. Yeah, but it's funny, but like I'm like, this person's so unserious to begin with. So she's posting about it. She's like, oh my God, I got all this stuff from the game. I caught the ball, like best day ever. And then the next day, she's like saying, F you, Ohtani. I'm like, what?
Oh.
Yeah. So like, are we not happy anymore?
What?
You're not. I think she's not happy because she found out, hey, I could have probably gotten more. But I mean,
you didn't have to get anything.
Right. And she's like, I could have sold the ball. I could have done this, that,
that's
whatever.
True. That's true.
And I think that's where she turned on the situation. So, I mean, that does suck.
Yeah.
But like we saw how you started and now we see what you're doing.
Change your tune real quick.
Right. So I don't really feel that bad.
No, I usually don't with like baseball fans like that.
Yeah, me either. Just like give I don't really care.
Get over it. Like if you know that you can make a lot of money on it, keep it. Be selfish. Keep it. Let people hate you.
Like the Aaron Judge home run ball. I'm like, why are you guys buying it? Like, why are people buying it for that much money?
People are crazy.
Yeah.
But I'll never understand like the sports memorabilia game where like you're dropping thousands and thousands of dollars on a ball.
Yeah.
That's just going to sit there.
I'll take it another step, and I know everyone will disagree with this, but I don't even understand like the cards.
Nope.
It's a piece of paper.
Me either. What are you going to do with it?
Some scribbles.
It's going to sit in a binder for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, they don't even like show them off anywhere.
Or you get it framed. Okay, then what?
Yeah, this big. It's like this big.
You gonna look at it like it's your child, like love it and cherish it like that? That's weird.
Like baseball cards are cool, but like I don't understand the money part.
They're super cool, and like if you can, I like every now and then like going to Target and getting a $5 pack just to see like what crazy thing I can find in there, because you can find some crazy stuff, like a rookie card of, I don't know, like Steph Curry in the NBA ones or something like that, like something you would never expect to find. That's sick.
Yeah.
But like,
I bought a random pack. I didn't buy a random pack. Someone sent me a random pack. I literally have it right here. A random pack on Amazon. I haven't even looked at any of them. I don't even know if they're cool. I should probably look. I have no idea. I have no idea how the grading system works on like these cards and things like that, like signature grading. I have not the slightest clue. And on top of that, no idea how it's such like a lucrative like business. And I'm just like holding them. Ew, no, I don't want these.
Who's the first one? Who's the first one? It was meant to be.
But then the next one's Nick Chubb.
Oh, we like that.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like opening it, like I took half of them out, and that he was the top of the second half. Someone's like, oh, I saw them on Amazon. Do you want a pack of them? And I'm like, sure. He just gave me like a random pack. I think they thought maybe I'll give you Deshaun Watson because you're a Cleveland fan.
Yeah.
But like, no thanks. Okay. No, I don't know. It's like Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Grant Delpit. There's a Kelly Oubre. Yeah, that one's good. Colin Sexton, Cavs. Like, what do I need that for? Yeah, see. Nope, don't like that one either.
Who was that one?
No, can't say.
Oh.
Can't say out loud.
Never mind.
Can't say out loud. There's 3 Deshaun Watsons in there. Sean says. Okay, all right. See, that furthers my point. Don't understand the cards.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
All right. You want to do this immaculate grid?
Yeah.
Quick and then call it a day? We'll do a little short one today. Not too much going on. We got a couple weeks till playoffs. So, all right. I feel like this can be relatively easy.
Yeah. So can we do like a super fun one for the Celtics Cavs? We'll start with that one. I have one. Lamar Stevens.
Okay.
I love him. There we go. Perfect.
Let's just go up the Celtics column. I'll do Malcolm Brogdon for this one. Malcolm, Micah. There you go. And then Rockets Celtics. I actually didn't think about this. Rockets Celtics.
Let's think about it. We can think about it and come back.
Yeah. Let's skip that one and come back.
We can do Anderson Varejao for Warriors Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right there. And then Cavs.
Oh, Daniel Tice. That's right. Trevor, good call. So for Rockets Celtics, Daniel Tice. I forgot about all of that.
For Cavs All NBA, should I do like a throwback?
Sure.
Can we get Mark Price? That should do it.
Pacers Warriors. Let's do Tim Hardaway, Sr.
Oh, nice. So we can do Chris Paul for Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Warriors.
All right, for these two All NBAs, the Rockets is pretty easy. Do we want to try to do like a deep cut?
I don't know what, like Yao Ming.
I don't know if that's a deep cut, but yeah.
I mean, I know it's not that deep of a cut, but I don't have any other ones.
After I said that, I was like, damn, I don't know if I know any.
I know I was like, I don't really know that many. Pacers all. We can
NBA.
Go Paul George.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to, right?
I would be shocked if he didn't.
Give us Paul George. Yes. Okay.
Bam.
Wow.
Sick.
Crushed it. Crushed that one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Anderson Varejao. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
He has a ring from that season when he left because he played for both teams. And
I'm pretty sure his either his daughter or his niece plays on the Syracuse team.
Oh, wow.
Because watching that UConn game, I heard that name and I was like, what? Yeah. Wow. Not bad. Shout out to Trevor for the assist on the Daniel Tice one. I completely forgot about the Houston Rockets era of Daniel Tice's career. And
shout out Lamar Stevens.
The deep recesses of my brain for pulling Tim Hardaway in his one season with, I think it was the Warriors.
Yeah, I would have never gotten that.
I don't even know how I know that. But that's it. We're going to do a 45-minute show today because I still am in Arizona and I would like to go enjoy.
Yeah, you need to go relax.
The sunshine.
And I might go to a baseball game. I'll decide in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, we got stuff to do. Busy gals.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next week. I think by next week we'll do some playoff preview stuff. Everything should be kind of in order.
At some play-in drama.
Yeah. So we'll do that.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I got.
Guys.
Bye.